Come on, people, the markets are so incredible in this episode, they're blazing hot. I simply adore reviewing my Excel sheet each day, sending you a message to check the current pricing, updating the code, and seeing all of the incredible profits I'm making. It's a lovely thing. I have a side bag that does not contain XRP, so you are aware of everything else I currently own: Polkadot, Solana, AVAX, Quant, Casper, and HBAR. I am simply calculating them and imagining, merely speculating, where these values will be in 2025. People, follow the course and the plan. That's how easy it is. Be sure to recognize when you will make the right arguments. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit, do a little quant, and do a little throwback to Miguel Villas from Ripple. How you're going to sell, have a small exit strategy for getting out, have a buy strategy, have a DCA strategy for getting in, and have a DCA strategy for getting out. Charles Hoskins is the ideal person to apologize to during this time. After that, we will discuss Ripple and XRP and what they have been doing, what they are working on, and where they are going from here. So without further ado, please sit back, unwind, and let's get started. Ethereum, 3,159, down. USDT and USDC both coming in at their dollar pegs as Bitcoin, $81,865. Up 2.51% in the last day. A mean lean 57 cents is what XRP is. Folks, you don't need to inform me that it's falling behind. I understand, but if you've been observed paying attention to this show, we knew you were going to fall behind. Every day, we provide you with information regarding XRP. We let you know when it will truly begin to perform every single day. We've been exactly right. $2,804 billion is the total value of the cryptocurrency market. Not long ago, I posted this tweet. Good morning. The cryptocurrency markets are looking fantastic. Just like XRP moved the last 75 cents by the end of the year, Solana is ripping. That's just what we were expected to do. That's precisely what we're after. Now it's that easy. Don't let that disappoint you. We are very bullish if XRP merely reaches 75 cents by the end of the year. Of course, is it possible to get more than 75 cents? However, we only have one easy target in mind. One straightforward goal will show us that we are roughly 17 to 18 cents short of the 75 cent mark, which would be the new all-time high if it were to occur in 2025. I believe we will succeed, people. Now, people, what's the bearish? What is the bearish scenario at this point? You are aware that every time a bullish scenario appears, a bear scenario follows. We don't break 75K 75 cents, which is a fairly straightforward bear situation. Donald Trump's influence on cryptocurrency and the Ripple Partner Standard Charter. By 2026, they predicted the value of the cryptocurrency market might reach $10 trillion. I mentioned in our first video of the day that we might be looking at $7 to $10 trillion in cryptocurrency. Additionally, I warned that this bull run might continue until 2026's first quarter. Standard Charters now predict that by 2026, there will be $10 trillion in cryptocurrency. We were looking at 7 to 10 trillion, as I have been saying for more than 6 months. I gave you the recipe for success to reach that 7 to 10 trillion, and it all began with Trump's victory in the recent presidential election. Continue reading the chart, which indicates that by 2026, we might have grown to 10 trillion. You can't make this stuff up, come on. Do you think the CoinDesk article describing a Republican sweep as the greatest outcome for the digital asset industry and as a potential source of regulation and other beneficial improvements is plausible? This was discussed in the Standard Charter. Just let me tell you what will occur. In 2025, there will be a significant number of ETFs. The SEC is going to be completely upended. At some point this year, Gary Gensler will leave the team. Although we are aware that he has been fired, it is not a firing. Instead, he will be announcing his departure from the SEC. The number of institutions investing in cryptocurrency is going to skyrocket. We are beginning to see, and we shall begin to see. In a moment, I will show you. These prominent figures gradually began to spread the word that individuals ought to begin allocating a portion of their portfolios to cryptocurrency. The Fed's cuts, which will lower the interest rates on CDs and Treasury bonds, as well as your high-yield savings, will encourage people to move into cryptocurrency because they will be willing to take a slightly riskier gamble with some of their money now. Institutions will also begin to rotate into these markets. Now that Monday is here, it is that easy. You are aware of Monday's events. Another Monday passes, and this time, I buy quant for less than my DCA price, which is, I believe, between $73 and $75. This means that I have paid an additional $11.80 for quant. Every Monday, I spend $800 on quant. It's been nearly 6 months since I started doing this. Quant is currently trading at $67, up about 19% over the last week. $66 now. I stop buying as soon as I reach my DCA because it's that simple. The only thing I do is lower my dollar cost average, not boost it. It's that easy. Folks, you sell green, you purchase red, and you lower your DCA. That's how simple cryptocurrency is, yet everyone wants to make it difficult. We now state that the quant's all-time high of $70 for basic math is sending about 430 because of the math. It's a 6x. After my DCA is satisfied, I will begin my investment. Every week, I've been spending $800. A fat 6x is what I'll have. I'll be able to accomplish something with that. Right now, I'll tell you that it's all about strategies, and I teach them. Miguel Villas recalls this little video as XRP liquidity increases and institutional standards are approached by sites like Bloomberg Tradebook and FX, which begin listing digital assets. These finance markets are highly conventional. If we reach that point, it will be very simple for a bank to process a payment through the Winkent stablecoin LUSD coming on the XRP ledger. They are talking about bringing liquidity fully regulated and they have banking relationships, so I think we'll reach a point where, yes, thank you, no problem, we'll connect you to Coinbase, Kraken, or Bits Over, whoever it is, and source liquidity that way. Alternatively, as the space expands and we get closer to that objective of institutional standard places like a Bloomberg Tradebook, an FX All, or a Reuters Direct, they begin listing digital assets. These are very traditional capital markets FX liquidity pools. A bank will find it quite simple to process a payment through the ledger if we reach that stage, correct? But in reality, everything depends on liquidity. Even though this is an old movie, it serves as a reminder of the Ripple's future course in terms of adding liquidity to the ledger as the price of XRP continues to rise and the stablepoint that will be used by the ledger that employs XRP approaches. My man Brad Connors released this after saying, this is where they're going. Let's observe the effects. 95% of the clientele is from outside the U.S. It seems to be directed at the U.S. administration. This year, the Ripples will introduce a stable coin denominated in U.S. dollars. When they planned to announce in October, it ought to have already been launched at Swell, but they were unable to obtain approval in time. The approval is right around the corner, as you are aware. In addition to my belief that they will be approved, I also believe that the Rippleverse ICC litigation will cease as soon as Gary Gensler retires and a new head of the SEC is appointed, whether on a term or full-time basis. In 2023, Ripple joins the Fed today. Everyone claims that the US is lagging, but I like the XRP ledger with a new USD stablecoin on the XRP ledger and the Ethereum network if the US government approves the value protocol. For this reason, Brad Garlinghouse recently said, "Can we get some clarity on Ethereum, folks, or declare Ripple a bank or, a very important asset out there?" That would imply that Ripple is the connection between the missing piece of the puzzle in the US and 95% of the world. I believe so. Do you believe that everything is falling into place and that this will all begin when Gary Gensler resigns? In my view, Ripple is not simply a fantastic firm, it is the United States' answer to the new multipolar, multi-asset world that we are heading into. This explains why so many Treasury officials from the United States visit the Ripple camp. I mean, why did Charles Alls Hoskins and Rocio Rios both come over? In the same manner that we are collaborating with the Bitcoin ecosystem and developing bridges, I would like to apologize to the XRP community and look for ways to collaborate with them. I see a lot of possible avenues for cooperation, ranging from midnight interoperability with Ripple to possibly taking part in the stablecoin. Well, I apologize at the appropriate moment. Right now, a BA is ripping up 70% P70%. He is interested in working with the RLUSD and Ripple. As soon as we wake up, this Yahoo piece appears. That Cardano plans to introduce compatibility with other ER networks and side chains. Hoskins knows what he's doing, so it's interesting timing, or is it people? Now that he wants to join both Team RLUSD and Team Ripple, does he know where Ripple's is headed? For those of us who own XRP, I believe 2025 will be the best year yet. Keep your trust intact. People, don't lose your confidence. Disregard that and anything else that is pumping around. Time will go according to the plan for XRP.